everyone, and welcome to Modern Mom Monthly Mondays. I'm your host, Winnie Sun. I'm so happy to be here with you as we get ready to celebrate the holidays. And actually, if you're watching us on replay, do me a favor, let me know by commenting the word replay, and that way we'll know that you're here with us. And if you're catching us live, please let us know that where you're joining us from today. We're in the United States, or where other parts of the country are you joining us from? Because today I'm joined by our guest multimedia lifestyle contributor who has made over 1,000 TV appearances regularly on Access Hollywood Live, The Wendy Williams Show, Inside Edition, Fox and Friends, Yahoo, Amazon Studios, Fox Business, and so much more. Justine, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, and hello to everybody.
Well, we are so excited to see you and welcome you because we've been wanting you on the show for a very long time. I want to say a quick hello to Zengi. It's great to see you from Scotland. Not going to complain. Must be amazing to have you here with us as well. I'm so happy, Justine, to finally meet you, although I certainly wish it was in person. A huge congratulations, by the way, to everything that's going on in your life.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, sometimes you need somebody from the outside to say congratulations to you and remind you of all of the things that you're doing, because we're so easily caught up in our own lives, I think, these days, that we can undermine our own accomplishments. So thank you. And same to you, girlfriend.
Oh, I love that. Well, let's start with this because I know all of us are joining and are excited about talking about. Today, we have a very special program scheduled because today, not only we're going to talk about the holidays, but we got a lot of really, really fun what we call giftaways that Justine are going to be sharing later in the show. So you definitely want to stay tuned with us. If you're joining us here, stay till the end of the show because we have a lot of things to gift away. Justine, let's start with the basics. I want to celebrate you today because this is a big deal. We're celebrating today you having, I call it the two babies, if you don't mind. Tell us about your daughter, and then I would love for you to segue and talk about your show that you're an executive producer on as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking again. So yeah, two babies is definitely true. If you count my husband, three babies. So my daughter, Parker, she will be 3 next month, which is mind blowing to me because I feel like she was literally just born. She's growing so fast, and she is very tall. So she looks like she's 5, even though she's not even 3 yet. So it's hard to keep up with sometimes. But she's in school right now. You know, we've been very blessed that her school, you know, has been open and safe, and she's thriving there. And to see her become this real human being has been very, very exciting. And I think that right now is a fun time in her life because we have real conversations. It's like having a real little friend in the house. So that's my one baby. And I think because she is older and she can do more things on her own and she's going to school, I have felt more comfortable in venturing into my latest baby, which is the show Lifestyle Today. We are entering our 2nd season on January 9th. So we're very, very excited. And so I feel like a proud mama, like all my babies are flourishing.
Yeah, all your babies are flourishing. Well, let me ask you this. What are you looking forward to this holidays? Like, so is Parker getting any special gifts this year? Like, what's going on in your household?
Yeah. Well, first of all, my house looks like the North Pole. This is our first year in our house. We were apartment livers before this, and we made the move out to the suburbs actually right before COVID hit. So we just got naturally lucky on that. And this is our first holiday season in our home. So it definitely feels extra special. My husband and I and Parker, we decorated together, and she was old enough now to actually help with that, which has been really sweet. We still took our pictures with Santa this year. Mind you, it was a very different experience. Of course, everyone was wearing masks and distance, but I feel like now we have those photos, which one day hopefully we'll be able to look at fondly and remember that crazy year. So we're in full holiday mode here in my house. We're going to head out to my mother's for the holidays next week. Is it next week already?
It's next week. Crazy.
Oh my goodness. You know, a small group of us, of course, but it's all about love, I think, this holiday season more than any before. So I'm just happy to get to be with my immediate family. I feel very fortunate.
I hear you. I think I think all of us can feel that way. But I love how you're still doing these photos. I think that's important. Like you mentioned, it's important for our kids to grow up and see pictures where they're wearing masks. And it's sort of it's an unfortunate rite of passage, but it's something that we will look back on and hopefully have some silver lining experiences with. By the way, your setup is beautiful. I'm loving your holiday decorations. Let's talk about this. Justine, a lot of people ask, how do you give back this holiday season? We know many of us want to. It's top of mind. We see so many people that are less fortunate, and we feel very grateful. But what are some suggestions that you might have for viewers that are not sure of which direction to take?
Yes, and thank you so much for asking this, because I think, again, this year more than ever, it's so important to talk about giving back. This has been an unprecedented year for all of us, for sure. But I do think one of the silver linings of this year has been that it has brought the sense of charity and community back to the forefront for a lot of us. I mean, this year more than ever, I get emails and social media posts asking me, how can I give back? How can I do good this season? Which is just very, very nice to hear. And hopefully now we all use this as a jumping point for holiday seasons, and not even just holiday season, just in general. So what I'm recommending for people are a few different things. An easy way to kind of like dip your toe into the pond of doing good this season is to incorporate gifts that give back. So there are a few different ways to do that, but one of them I do have to point out, and this is not a relationship, this is not a sponsored thing, I'm not being paid to say this, and I like to say that just because I want people to know that it comes from my heart. There are gift cards that are called the Giving Good gift cards. And these are at the top of my list this year because gift cards in general are the most sought after gift of the holiday season. You can read that. That is a consumer fact. These gift cards, the Giving Good gift cards, 3% of the card's value is given back to the charitable partner on the card. And you don't have to pay any extra for that. The company gives that donation. So you're giving a gift card, which people already want, right? But you're also doing good at the same time. And they have a lot of different charitable partners that you can choose from. So if you have one specifically that's close to your heart, you can choose accordingly. And I just think that that is a very easy way to give back.
That is a really easy way. Now, are these gift cards, I don't know if you know, but are these gift cards for retailers, or are they like those generic Visa or MasterCard gift cards? How's that?
So they're multi-store gift cards. So you can use them at various different entertainment venues, restaurants, different event spaces. So there's lots of different ways to use them. There are, I think, up to like 7 different ways to redeem them. And the fact that you don't have to pay additional money to give to the charity, I think, is huge. I mean, you can choose from ones like the Wounded Warrior Project, Make-A-Wish, Habitat for Humanity. There are so many. So that, I think, is an easy way to dip your toe in. And it kind of connects for me to a more consumer tip that I always give people over the holiday season, which is to be prepared at your home with smaller scale gifts for the people that we often forget to gift. And I hope this year more than ever, we don't forget to gift, like our mail carriers, your garbage men and women, your children's teachers, babysitters, service workers, whoever it may be, keeping smaller scale gifts around for them to give during the holiday season. And I actually do think that the Giving Good gift cards could be a good gift in that scenario. It doesn't have to be, but I think it's a good option.
Yeah, that's actually a really good option. Plus, I love the fact that it's so easy to share, right? So if you have someone like even overseas or far away, it's very easy to mail. You just get an envelope, put a stamp on, and you're good to go. Jody says, super simple way to add to your charity giving. Want to say a quick hello to Azengi. We see Jody. We see Alina Law, who's like she's like my part of my live streaming family here. We have some modern mom, Jennifer Moore, Robin Stevens, and Mary. So amazing to see all of you. I love this. And actually, since you're part of the conversation, I would love to encourage you too. If you have any tips for Justine and I, and maybe things that you're thinking about doing this, we would love to hear. I mean, this is all about giving. This is about the season of sharing, and this knowledge is so helpful. In fact, Zane says that he would actually recommend giving in person because he likes the satisfaction of giving that gift and seeing that response.
Yeah.
I like that too. I think certainly it just depends on your comfort level. Certainly with this pandemic, potential shutdown coming may not be as viable as we would normally like to, but I agree with you. Like this Friday, in fact, we're hoping to have a bunch of, gifts put together, and we're doing a drive-by at our school for my son's school. Yeah, I'm very proud. He got picked for honor roll in middle school. He's getting a certificate, but I thought, how fun would it be to bring gifts that we can pass out to teachers and volunteers that day too. So I love this idea. I'm definitely going to look into that. Let me ask you this. The pandemic, with the pandemic, it's still a holiday. There's got to be some tips that you have, Justine, for like the regular consumer. Many of us out there, perhaps we're still making last minute holiday decisions. What are some of your best tips that you might have?
Yeah. So in addition to having those smaller scale gifts on hand that you're going to give out to those people that we do often forget, I also recommend stocking up on those because you never know during the holiday season who might, now, of course, with COVID, people might not be stopping over in the same way that they used to unexpectedly. But I am finding in our neighborhood, which is so sweet, people are leaving gifts at the door, a little knock, leave the gift, and then they're leaving. But you might get a gift from someone this season and think to yourself, oh my goodness, I didn't even think to get them something. So stocking up now before it gets super crazy. Now, what do I mean by that? You want to go to your local dollar store, your local Five Below, and pick up these gifts that you could get in bigger quantities, I think is the way to go. This year, especially, I don't think it's necessarily about the amount of money you're spending. It's showing that you put the extra thought into something that goes a long way. Now, I'm also telling people this time of year to maybe consider increasing your tip amount. So whether you have the option to go into a restaurant for dining or you're using service workers, delivery services, increasing your tip amount. And again, it doesn't have to be a large amount. A little bit for you could go a really long way for somebody else.
That's a great suggestion. So, obviously we know a lot of Americans are suffering right now. They're out of work or they're being furloughed. This is a really difficult time for a lot of people. And then, on top of that, you're adding in the pandemic. And so if you still have a paycheck and you're able to, I think a lot of people would certainly appreciate it. And I would just say, like, sometimes we sort of overthink it. There's certain people, nowadays it can be as simple as, baking cookies and for your neighbors and friends too. That doesn't hurt as well. We don't have to go overboard. So do what makes most sense for you. It could be as simple as writing a card and just say, you've been in my thoughts, or sending a text or an email. But I do think this is a very special year. 2020 has been very eye-opening, right? Of just what we all truly need. It could be as simple as literally doing a FaceTime with people you haven't connected with in a long time.
That's actually a good one because we're so disconnected from so many people this year that maybe we normally would have taken the extra trip to go see. I think you're right that taking that extra time to just show somebody you cared enough to contact them. And I also agree with you, by the way, about the cookies. That's a thing I do every single year. My mother and I bake cookies and we hand them out to all the neighbors nearby that I grew up with as a kid. Now, I know this year with COVID, not everybody is going to feel comfortable accepting homemade baked goods. So if you're not going to go that route, you can also always do homemade crafts and give those out. If you have a kid and they know your kid, maybe making something together with your child and giving that to somebody, I think is also really nice.
I love that. Great ideas. Zengi is joking. He says, Winnie and Justine, you can both send me Christmas gifts. I like your thinking.
Okay.
It's so great to see you too. And Modern Mom is saying, yes, connecting with people is so important. I think that is more so important this year than ever, especially for those of you. I'm just going to add in for those of you who have we all know to make sure to check in with grandma and grandpa, but let our other elderly family members or friends too. It doesn't have to be grandma, grandpa. It could be an aunt, could be uncle, could be a neighbor, could be someone who used to be your teacher. Those are the people you definitely want to take an extra step to reach out to, because a little bit goes a long way, especially right now. Let me ask you this, because I feel like this is totally I feel like this is your ninja move right now. Easy holiday entertaining, my friend. We know that you're having a little get together, right?
Yes.
I know we are totally here. We're doing virtual parties left and right. I would love to hear your sort of tips on a pretty awesome, easy holiday entertaining get together.
Yeah, so you're 100% right in that, my entertaining this holiday season is certainly not going to be like previous seasons. Usually I'd have a big group of friends and their children over, but because of COVID, we're scaling back. So instead, we have an inner circle, like I'm sure a lot of other people out there do, of our few couple friends that we've been seeing safely throughout. And I have spaced that. So one couple one night, one couple another night, maybe one other couple another night. And, in a way, you have to look at the positives, right? That to me almost spread things out throughout the holiday season. I have more to look forward to by spreading it out. So don't feel that pressure to have everybody in at once. Even if it is 4 people, you can still break that into 2 events. Now, my biggest tip this year is different than I would normally give you other years. My big tip is, if you can afford to, supporting your local businesses right now is very important. In particular, local restaurants and food service establishments. So when I have had a few friends over lately, I've made it more of a semi-homemade, which I do always like to do, but this year more on the semi than the homemade. And I have ordered in dinner from local restaurants. So maybe I've put together a few bites for when people come over. I make the drinks, but I order in the dinner. And I know it's going to be a lovely meal. It's a lot less work for me as the host. And I'm supporting a local restaurant that I don't want to see go. So I think semi-homemade is definitely the way to go, supporting your local businesses. And you would be surprised how far a signature cocktail goes when you are having a holiday get-together. Now, mine this year, I have just wanted to keep easy along with everything else lately. And so I've been doing Aperol Spritz. I'm half Italian. Aperol runs in my blood. So I find it very, very easy. And this is how simple it is for you guys who don't know. It's a perfect serve. So it's equal parts Prosecco and Aperol. Splash it off with a little club soda and a slice of orange. That's it. It looks really festive too, because it has that really beautiful orange color. It's a little fizzy. If you have nice glasses, you could put them in those. Or even if you want to go now to the dollar store and get a more themed glass, or you want to go to a local thrift shop to pick something up that looks a little more fun and festive, you can do that too. But I will tell you that just by going to your local craft store and picking up straws that are either like red and green or metallic or blue for Hanukkah, you put those in the Aperol Spritz. People think that you have spent hours making something, and it's just showing that extra touch that I bought a festive straw or stir that just goes the extra mile.
Goes the extra mile. It makes all the difference in the world. I
love
this. Yeah, the little tiny things. I love this so much. I would also jump in on this because, for us, we're doing a whole bunch of virtual parties with different groups. And what we try to do is make everything special. So we're making an experience. Like, for example, we have these, we have my kids all have their little best friends. And of course they would rather spend the day playing Minecraft all day, but instead, we actually arranged different events. Like, I think a couple of weeks ago, we all baked cookies together to different families, and we did it via Zoom. This weekend, believe it or not, we're doing make your own sushi. So all the families got the same, nori and the rice and everything, and the kids get to put whatever they want in their sushi, whether it's scrambled eggs, ham, it could be anything. And
I love it.
yeah, so it's making the holidays special because they're doing something with their friends. We're going to have holiday music playing. But just imagine doing that with other people that perhaps aren't in your neighborhood who crave time with you and your family, and just get really creative. I love this. Whimsical Charm said she loves the ideas, Justine. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We got to talk about this. You know, Santa, I was talking to my kids. I don't know how family Santa is going to be able to visit this year because of the pandemic. He must be a very busy Santa this year. But what are sort of do you have any gifting tricks? When you talked about, I loved your gift card trick. I certainly love the idea of having extra gifts around just because you're going to forget because we're so busy. Any other gifting tricks?
Yeah. So it might seem like something we've all heard before, but I don't think we ever truly take advantage of how many options we have available for us right now that are truly one-stop shopping. Especially now where I know a lot of us don't want to be out in public spaces for a long time or an extended amount of time. Instead of hopping around then from store to store or mall to mall, go to one place where you could get everything there. Now, there are a bunch of amazing ones that I love. And again, I'm saying this not sponsored or advertised, but I personally have a local Burlington store near me. The reason that I'm enjoying shopping there right now for the holidays is because they genuinely have great toys, which I know for most of us, the big focus this year especially is on the children. They have a lot of different options for kids from babies all the way to teens. So a nice variety of different toys and gifts. But again, kind of going back to that giving back mentality, which I'm very focused on right now, they are running at Burlington their annual coat drive. So if you go to a Burlington store, you'll see it. And you've probably seen the advertisements on TV. If you donate a coat when you shop, they'll give you 10% off your entire next purchase. So I like to mention that to people because I feel like I'm giving, but I'm also getting 10% off your entire purchase. That adds up, especially if you're going to save it and do all of your holiday shopping under one roof.
I love that. I love that. Actually, I'm going to mention, and those who are watching, if you know of other scenarios like that, definitely put them in comments because we want to talk about these. I know H&M does that too, where you can donate any clothes. It doesn't even have to be H&M clothes, any clothes. And like Justine said, they actually have clothes for babies all the way to hubby, right? All across the board. And then one thing that I just noticed today, and of course, like she said, we're not sponsored by any of these places that we're talking about. Really, these are just really cool, creative ways. The other thing I noticed on my Amazon account today, they actually said, would I agree to the Amazon delivery date? And if you agree to that day, then they'll actually give you back a 1% on the purchase you make. Now, of course, remember Amazon also has that provision where a portion of your purchase can go to a charity of your choice. So definitely, don't forget that. I can sort of stack that benefit, and then you get 1% back by just agreeing for your shipment to come a few more days, which I'm sure all the delivery people in our life would appreciate that.
Oh my goodness. And if any year is the year to not have to give somebody something on the exact day, I think this is the year. I think we would all be a lot more forgiving and understanding. If you want to get it a few days early, you want to get it a few days late, some of us aren't getting to be with our families this year. I think we're all in a more forgiving place that way.
I love that. Actually, Justine, if you don't mind, I'm going to actually ask the audience today, for those of you who are watching with us, Justine made a great point. Do you feel like you're going to try to make it so that you're going to give your gifts by the holiday? Or do you feel like you can give even up into the new year? Like, what are you going to do this year? I do feel like we should be, like she mentioned, to be kinder to one another and ourselves as well. Just taking a breather. I don't think like it's that strict. Certainly for our company, gifts for our clients, we're just going to get them out when we can get them out. And that's going to, I think, totally fine. Yeah. I love that. All right. So this is one that I know a lot of viewers are asking, which is, what are your top gifts this season? We know the gift card, right? Is that going to be your top gift or something else?
Listen, the Giving Good gift card is definitely up there for a variety of reasons. The do good portion of it, it's easy. And because, like I mentioned before, believe it or not, gift cards really are the most sought after gift for the holiday season. But there's still other tangible items that I like. I'm a big fan of making baskets up for people so you're not stuck to just purchasing one item or putting too much money into one item that somebody may or may not like. So, for example, my sister is in her 20s. She's a beauty junkie. She loves everything. So I'm putting a bunch of things together for her in a basket. I'm making it look pretty. I got really nice tissue paper and ribbon and a pretty basket for her. But I feel like by giving baskets, first of all, you allow people to try various things. And yet again, this year, it's a great opportunity for you to shop locally. So if you dedicate one day, if you haven't gotten all of your shopping done yet, I recommend going into your hometown, into your area, and walking the streets one day and seeing what piques your interest. So I got her some bath bombs from a place nearby that make them here in our town. But of course, I mixed it with other things that I purchased online, like a name brand eyeshadow palette. But then you're also being able to do high-low gifts together and shopping online versus also getting some local in too.
All right. What about the kids then?
Okay. So for the kids, there are so many options as per usual. What I recommend for the kids is, and listen, this doesn't always work for everybody, but what we're doing for Parker this year is I think it's so much easier when you pick a theme, right? So kids are always into something. Right now, my daughter is into Barbies. She doesn't happen to own any at this moment. So I ran with that. So instead of getting her a bunch of small things from various movies and figurines that she may or may not be interested in, I'm doing a Barbie theme. So I got her a little Barbie car, 2 different dolls, and like a few little accessories or outfits. And now it all feels like it goes together and it's cohesive.
I love that. Okay, very, very good. Well, my friends, it's time for a little bit of fun, because what would the holidays be without giving you something, right? So we're going to do a really fun Modern Mom gift away. And I want to say, Justine, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. You are our top. And of course, we wanted to basically do 2 things. I'm going to ask our videographer to show you what those items are right now. So this is the Dirty Cookie Christmas kit that we will be giving out. And this is the Bionic Boost Immunity Spray, which is so yummy that I'm actually going to tell you more about in just a second. But first off, Dirty Cookie, Justine, actually, I see that they sent you a kit already.
Yes, and you will notice that only part of it is still here because the family could not keep their hands away from it. This is so cool. And I have to be honest, I had always wanted to try one of these and never had a chance to. Talk about having the perfect entertaining tool this holiday season. It's dessert, but also feels like decor. It's also an activity. I mean, talk about a win-win-win for the holidays.
Absolutely. So Jody is very, very excited right now. So what they are, for those of you who don't know, is they're actually cookie shots. So you can put milk in them for the kids, or hot cocoa. I don't know if you can put hot cocoa, but I know you can put some sort of liquid. I've actually had one. I met the owner. She's such a sweetheart. She's also a mommy, and she's a very, very dear friend of mine. And she has graciously given these to us. And actually, our friends, our Modern Mom, are gonna be picking the winners. I don't know if we're going to be showing who the winners. I think we're actually going to announce the winners today. But the other gifts that we're going to be giving out comes from our friends. Actually, my partner and I, Bionic Boost. And you'll see these super cute animals. This is a organic, vegan, no sugar added immunity spray. So you might be like, what is that? So they're actually vitamins. There's vitamin C. There's also all these organic, yummy, good things, no sugar added. And basically, you actually, I guess I can show you. So you spray and it's sweet and so good. And it builds up your immunity. It helps you with your immunity. So super great from little tiny babies, like 1 year old, all the way to like my dad is in his 70s, loves this stuff. In fact, it's TSA friendly. It was actually inspired because I went on a trip this was like a few years ago. I was flying and I was like, if only I could have something like this. So actually it came up with the idea, and then talked to a good friend of mine who, Dana, who owns a very large vitamin company. And that's how we came up with this. And now we just launched a week ago, and we would love for you to try. So we're definitely sending Justine a whole kit. They taste so good. They taste so good. And
congratulations.
Thank you. Our one of our new babies. And so came to the idea that the two moms, Dana and I are both moms, and we both have 3 kids. And we came up with this. I think you're gonna love it. Can't wait for you to try it. All right. So it says, so Lena is saying, Alina Law says it's something that we can use right away. And so we are just going to be waiting right now, real quick, for Modern Mom to share who. So we'll give her a moment here. Justine, let me ask you this. You know, now that you've done all your, I feel like you've probably done your planning. Are you a person who plans way in advance, or do you does it sort of trickle through the years?
I think it's a combination of both. And I think the busier you are with children or career or both, you got to take it on a whim, right? There are certain things I have planned in advance, and traditions also when it comes to the holiday season that we're going to do no matter what. But then also there are times that you just wing it. You know, if you happen to be available and your good girlfriend and her kid are available, see them if you've been seeing them already. You know, we have our one girlfriend and her son are always with me and my daughter, and we took them to the Christmas light show the other day, and that was a really COVID friendly activity. And listen, we did that on a whim, and it was really nice. Sometimes it's nice to just do things unexpectedly.
I love that. I do love that. The whole driving and just seeing the lights around the neighborhood.
Oh, it was so fun.
And so many places now have drive-through light shows, which I was really excited about doing. I will say, you know, it's just like, the other thing that, you know, I think I'm going to do this year, I think we're actually going to play Santa, meaning that we're going to actually decorate the car a little bit and then drop off gifts with the kids and play Santa. And like you said, drop it off, ring the doorbell, and run.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that would be really, really fun. Okay, well, it looks like Jody DeJour has won our first gift, and she actually asked a question. She said, how many flavors? So I will answer on the Bionic Boost. I think we're going to send you 2 or 3 flavors. I'm not sure. But the 2 most popular flavors are Fruit Punch and Sweet Citrus, both made out of organic ingredients. So we'll definitely, if that's the see. Okay, so Jody has one dirty cookie, and definitely you're in for a treat. And I think you're holding red velvet cookie, which is really good. Yeah,
so good.
It's so good. And then, yeah, really, let me tell you, those of you who are parents, your kids won't be disappointed if you win either of these gifts. I just want to tell you, first off, these cookies, I've had them. They are so good, and they're such a fun thing for the holidays. And I gotta tell you, these I have to hide. I had to hide these to be able to show them to you today because my kids take them, and they're really cute animals on them, and they taste really good. And you know, so you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. This is so fun. All right, so Alina here. So Modern Mom, let's see who is going to be winning the Bionic Boost here. Let's give her a moment here. She's like probably looking at all these different comments that are coming in because there's so many different channels that we're on right now. So she's going to pick you all. But don't worry. Here's the good news is we plan to do this again. It is a season of giving. And one thing that I love to do, I've actually started doing it on my other live stream show, which is our financial live stream show that actually goes on every day that the financial markets are open. And we've been doing this as well on that show. But while we're waiting, Justine, let's talk about your show. Where can we catch your show? And when's the first episode coming out in January of your second season?
Yeah, so Lifestyle Today airs on WLNY CBS here in the New York tri-state area. So that's where you can catch us live on TV. We air on Saturdays at 3:30, but you can also catch us. We always do a live link on YouTube. We're streaming on all the major streaming platforms, so you can watch us even if you're not in the New York tri-state area.
I love it. Well, we'll definitely want to catch your show. I'm here in California, so I definitely will watch that via streaming. And Congratulations. Looks like Alina Robert wins. All right, Alina Robert, you have won Bionic Boost. So super excited. Now continue to send us those comments, especially if you're watching on replay. Go ahead and continue to add comments, because here's the good news is just because you didn't watch us live, just because you didn't win live on the show, doesn't mean you can't win, because both Dirty Cookie and Bionic Boost are giving more to Modern Mom to be able to select and give away too. And so Justine, I know it's what a treat to have you here. Huge thank you to being here, and huge congratulations to your show. Do us a favor, definitely catch Justine's show. Incredible. So what type of programming, what type of guests can we be expecting, Justine? We want to know.
Yeah, we have a lot of big names. We've been very blessed with a lot of celebrities and reality stars, but also in addition to that, true experts in their fields, authors, doctors, plastic surgeons. I mean, you name it, we have it. So we're always filling you in on all the latest of what's popular today, what's trending, but also helpful tips and product suggestions. It's just a fun and engaging time. We hope to make you smile.
Well, you're the executive producer and the host is definitely a big win in my book. Also, congratulations also to Whimsical Charm, who also won. So we're definitely going to get you a gift out to you as well. I don't even know which gift you're getting, but that'll be a surprise to both you and I. And actually, and what you can do for those of you who do receive your gift, we'd love to see you use them or take a picture. And that way the Modern Mom community can get even more excited. Huge thank you to our one and only Justine for joining us, and big hugs to Modern Mom and all of you Modern Moms and Modern Dads and friends of Modern Moms for making this community so extremely special. We give thanks for your friendship and support. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing our content, and please thrive and continue to be kind and be well to yourself in addition to everyone else that you make smile this holiday season. Take care and be well. Thank you, Justine.